Hi, I'm Megan, Chief Strategy Officer here at Whole Whale, and today we're going to be giving you a basic tutorial of Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a free web analytics tool that will help any nonprofit or social impact org use data to make smarter decisions and grow your impact. So if you don't have it, you should. And if you're still learning the ropes, then you can use this tutorial to get started with web analytics. In order to get the most out of this platform, it's important to know how to read and filter all of the incredible data that Google Analytics provides and identify the types of metrics that matter. Our walkthrough today will give you a look inside the platform to help you understand key tools and reports and define the differences between users and sessions, bounce rates, and more. Let's dive in.
This is the first page of Google Analytics that you will see when you log into your account. I personally find it a bit overwhelming, so I would start by over here, clicking on Audience, and then going to Overview. Once that loads, you'll see a nice big picture of what's going on with your website. So first things first, you want to make sure you're looking at an appropriate time frame. So this is only a week, so I would maybe change this to whatever time frame you want, but let's just look at a nice long view. You also want to pay attention to how the data is being displayed. So here you have the option to change between hourly, day, week, and month. So since we're looking at a little bit of a longer time frame, I'm going to change this to month. Now that that's set, I can look and see how many users are coming to my website in that time frame. Users being the number of unique individuals visiting your website. You can see new users and then sessions. That's the total number of times your website has been visited in that time frame. So you'll see that there are always going to be more sessions than users because you're going to have multiple people or one person coming to your website multiple times. So if Johnny comes to your website 50 times, that would be one user with 50 sessions. So this number here, number of sessions per user, gives you an idea of the average number of times a person's visited your website within whatever time frame you're looking at. Page views, this is the total number of views of pages on your website. Oftentimes when people come to your website, they're not just looking at one page, they're looking at multiple things. This counts up the total number of pages of your website that have been viewed in the time frame. And then another really important metric to define is bounce rate. So these are users who are coming to your website, viewing the one page that they landed on, and then they're leaving. Once you have an idea of the kind of big overarching metrics on your website, I would dive into acquisition. Here, if you click on the Overview tab, you'll get an idea of all the different ways people are coming to your website. So channels refer to the different ways people get to your website. Starting here with organic search, this is going to be through something like typing in Whole Whale into Google search and our website comes up, and then clicking on our website. So anything like Google, Bing, etc. will be included here. Direct traffic being anybody who types your website directly into the URL bar. So they come directly to the website, they don't use any other way. Paid search, exactly what it sounds like. Any type of paid advertising that you're participating in. So this can be the Google Ad Grant if you're a nonprofit, or even potentially Facebook advertising. That would come in here, potentially over social. And since we're talking about social, that's pretty also self-explanatory. Anybody that's coming to your website from a social platform. Referral, this is going to be anybody coming to your website from another website. So let's say the New York Times wrote an article about your nonprofit and linked to your website. Here, the New York Times website would be the referral. Email, this is anybody coming to your website from an email, either that you sent or that someone else sent. And then other, this is going to be people that Google doesn't really know what to do with. So a lot of times this can be traffic that doesn't fall into any of these other categories. Another thing you might want to look at is behavior. Here you'll be able to see site content and specifically landing pages. So landing pages are really important to look at because it's the first page that someone goes to on your website. Now, a lot of people think that that's going to be your homepage, but as you can see here with our client Power Poetry, their homepage is actually the 8th top visited landing page. So this one right here, Poetry Dictionary Imagery, is the top landing page. So that's the biggest front door first impression that someone is getting of your organization. So it's really important to know what these landing pages are because these are going to be the first impression someone gets. Another thing to look at would be conversions. Now, here I would click on the Goals tab and then click Overview. A thing to keep in mind that if you're just starting with Google Analytics, goals are extremely important. You're basically setting up specific actions that you're saying to Google Analytics, these are really important. We want to track them specifically. However, they need to be set up manually. They don't automatically come in Google Analytics. So this might be something that you can read more about in one of our other articles, exactly how to set these up. But once you have, you can see them here and you can see all the actions that users are taking that you want to specifically track. So for example, with Power Poetry, anytime someone signs up as a new poet, we want to make sure that's being tracked as a goal. And I'll tell you why that's important. Once you set up these goals, you could go back to, let's say, the Behavior tab, and let's go back to that landing page report. Over here in the conversion section, you could change it from e-commerce to the goal we were talking about, new poet. And here you will see the number of new poet goal completions by landing page. You can also see the conversion rate. So the conversion rate is going to be how many users come to your website from that landing page versus how many sign up as a new poet. So here we can see this page in particular, the Poetry Slam page has an insanely high conversion rate, almost 20%. So we know that Poetry Slam pages are a really great way to get new poets to sign up. Final report I will show you, it's under Audience, Demographics, Overview. So this is going to give you an idea of who your website audience is. So here you can see a breakdown by both age and gender, which could be helpful when thinking about how you want to target your audience.
Thanks so much for joining us today for our basic Google Analytics tutorial. If you have questions, you can leave them in the comments below or tweet at us at Whole Whale. And if you liked what you saw today and you want to dive deeper with Whole Whale, visit www.wholewhale.com to find out more helpful tips and nonprofit marketing resources. You can even use the promo code WWVideo to get 80% off on all Whole Whale U courses. Thanks for watching.